Hey, I'm Kaylee and welcome to BeautyBrainsBlush. Today I'm going to be showing you the best types of lashes for beginners to use and how to apply them. First, let's talk about the different types of false lashes. There are two main types of false lashes on the market. The first and most popular being strip lashes. The other type is individual, which are small clusters that you put on your eye, as many as you'd like, and just build up the volume that way. Most people prefer to use strip lashes on an everyday basis, so that's what we will be talking about here. Let's be real, a lot of makeup artists make it look really easy to apply false lashes, but it can be super difficult. There are definitely a few things you should look for in your lashes to make sure that they will be easier to apply. Honestly, some are just easier to apply than others, and it's really important to know the differences so you can choose a lash that is really working on your side. The first thing I want to warn you about is to look for a natural lash when you're starting out. There are some really pretty dramatic large lashes out there, but there's a few reasons why you shouldn't start out with these. I'm going to show you two lashes and we're going to compare them so you can see why one will be easier to apply than the other. Here I have two lashes. I stuck them to my hand for easy comparison, and because they had a bit of adhesive on them from the packaging, it actually worked out really great. So these are two lashes that I have used before. One of which is a little bit more dramatic and one of which is a little bit more natural looking. I suggest you go for a natural looking lash at the beginning. Why? Well, one, it's smaller than the larger dramatic lash. That also means that it's going to weigh less on your eye. This is probably not something you've thought about before, but eyelashes really do weigh down your eyes and they can tire your eyes out if you wear too big of lashes and you're not used to it. Truly, my eyes feel tired after a night or a whole day of wearing really big dramatic lashes. And the smaller the lashes, the easier you will be able to get used to wearing them. Another reason you should go for a more natural looking lash is that they're more inexpensive than really big, pretty, dramatic ones. These ones are just as pretty, but they cost a whole lot less than this. I get these, the Ardell Demi Wispies, in 5 packs from Amazon for a lot less than 5 of these would cost. These altogether only cost a few dollars a pair, where these can easily cost $10 to $15 a pair. Why not start off with the inexpensive ones when you're just starting anyway, right? The second main thing I want you to look for when you're looking at lashes to apply, especially as a beginner, is looking for a very thin, flexible lash band. This one has a very dark, straight, thick black lash band. This is great for the drama, it holds more lashes in it, and it's a bit harder to apply. This band is a lot more stiff than the one below it, which is a clear, very thin plastic band that is super duper flexible. Why is this important? Well, the more flexible, thinner band will curve easier to your eye shape. Most strip lashes come pre-curved in the packaging, which you can see here, but this curve can easily be bent out of shape, and this one will be way easier to curve to your exact eye shape than a stiffer band like this one will be. Additionally, because this band is more flimsy, you could say, it will poke you a lot less than this stiff band. If you don't cut this lash exactly to the size of your eye, it will poke you in the corners, and trust me, this one hurts. This one you can hardly feel because the band is so small. All in all, a thinner lash band like this is a lot easier to apply because as I apply this one to my eye, it's really hard to bend it and not poke myself on these corners, where this one is super flexible, very flexible, and will bend to any shape that I want it without really poking me. If your lashes aren't curved like this one wasn't, the really thick one tip you can do to help curve it really quick as you're just doing the rest of your makeup is put your lash on your mascara tube or another like round tube and just let it sit there on your mascara tube while you do like your eye makeup and your face makeup, and this will just help curve it to that little area and prep it for your eye before you put it on. My personal favorite lashes for beginners are the Ardell Demi Wispies. There are also just other wispies by Ardell that are super great for beginners. I prefer the Demi Wispies, but it's just a personal preference. These are awesome lashes. They're what I have on right here, and I'm going to show you how to put them on in just a second. They can look super natural, but they also just add another something to that look that really puts it over to the next level. These are also great for bridal makeup. I wore these lashes on my wedding day and they were gorgeous. They aren't too much for brides where they're overpowering to the rest of the makeup or the rest of your look, but they do add a little bit of glam that you don't always get every day. Because of that, I also think that these are great for prom or graduation or whatever other event that you were going to where you want a little extra something. If you want suggestions for other great eyelashes that are perfect for beginners with similar, very thin, flexible lash bands and natural looking lashes, check out the link in the description box of the corresponding blog post that has many more suggestions for you. We're going to jump right over and I'm going to show you exactly how I apply false lashes to my eyes in the way that I found is personally easiest for me. Let's get started. So we're going to get started learning how to actually apply the false lashes now. I'm going to show you how I apply my lashes, and I think it's a pretty easy technique that will help you a lot when you're first starting out applying strip lashes. We already talked about some kinds of lashes that are great for beginners, and my personal favorites are the Ardell Wispies. These have the really thin, clear lash band that is super flexible and easy to apply. They aren't too long or too crazy looking where they can't look natural as well. And they're just super lightweight and easy to wear. So I like to get them in 5-packs. I've already used one out of this pack. And they come with a small lash applicator inside of the box. I have another one right here. And it's just a plastic applicator right here. I don't really like to use these. I prefer to use tweezers. So I'll show you what I do, but you can definitely use these if you do prefer. These lashes are the demi wispies. This just means that they're flared out a little bit on the outer corner of the lash and a little bit shorter in the inner corner. These work well for most people. The normal wispies also work well. Just a matter of personal preference. I like the demi wispies. There is a right and a left lash. Like, they do matter which eye you put them on. When you look at the package, they come corresponding to the correct eye. However, if you take them out and use them multiple times, which you can do, you can reuse lashes. The outside edge is always the edge that is longer. So the lashes that are just more lengthy go on the outer corner of your eye. The lashes that are smaller go on the inner corner of your eye. So it's just a quick, easy way to remember which side the lashes go on. I like to use tweezers to apply my lashes and to take them out of the package because I find that I can just be more precise and I don't hurt the lashes this way. So I just grab the end of the lash and pull it off. There's a little bit of adhesive that sticks the lashes to the plastic packaging. This usually on the demi wispies is not an issue for me at all. I don't have to take it off. But some other brands I found that there's a lot of glue already on the lash that it's best if you pick it off with the tweezers before you apply it to your eye. The first thing you want to do when you start to apply false lashes is make sure it's the right size for your eye. Most lashes won't be too short for your eye in width, but sometimes they will be too long, and that's okay. Some people's eyes are just different sizes than others, and you just have to make sure it works for you. So what you'll want to do is grab your lash. I once again prefer tweezers. I'm just pinching the lashes in my tweezers so I can hold it right in the center, and I'm going to hold it up to my eye right in the center as if that's where I was placing it, and I'm making sure it's not too long for my eye. If it is, you are 100% able to trim the lashes. Please trim them if they are too long for you. What you'll do is you can take scissors, you can use cosmetics or like nail scissors, sterilize them before you use them. Just a quick spray of isopropyl alcohol will do the trick. Just because you are using them on your eye area and you don't want bacteria to get near your eye. And always trim them from the outer lash side, like on the longer lashes. That way you don't take away all the short, smaller lashes that will look more natural in the inner corner of your eye. So just trim them from the outside and make sure it's the right size for your eye. The demi wispies are the perfect size for my eye. I know that they work really well for a lot of people. A lot of makeup artists use these particular lashes on brides because they're super easy and they're just really great for a lot of people. So I do highly recommend these ones as you're starting out. Sometimes there's a little bit of plastic on the edges that pokes out past the lashes. trim this if any of the plastic is poking out, because that plastic will poke your eye if you're not careful. So just trim up the edges if you think you need to. If not, they might just be fine the way they are. These ones are okay. For me, I'm going to check the other lash and make sure there's not any plastic poking out of the end. On this one, the plastic is poking out a tiny bit on this end, so I will trim that. And now that that is trimmed, it will be ready to use. Before you apply any false lashes, you want to do your mascara first. If you wait to do your mascara after your lashes, it will build up a lot on your lashes and you won't be able to get as many uses out of them. Or you might just forget, and then you'll have lighter color lashes underneath of your dark black false eyelashes, and it'll just look really funny. I like to curl my lashes before I apply my mascara, especially when I'm wearing false lashes, because the false lashes are more curved than my natural ones, and so I really want them to blend in together and look very seamless. First thing I do is grab an eyelash curler. I like mechanical ones that do not have springs. I've had bad experiences with springs breaking before and pinching my eyelid in the past. This is just like a $4 e.l.f. curler, and you can buy replacement pads for it as they wear out, and I've used it for years and I love this one. It works really well for my eye shape. So I just curl my lashes, and then afterwards I will apply a single coat of black mascara. It doesn't matter what mascara you use, it doesn't matter if it is waterproof or not, and it honestly doesn't matter how volumizing or lengthening the mascara is. Just make sure that it is a mascara that you like and will make your lashes dark. That is really the main goal of this, is to darken our lashes. That way they will blend in with the false ones. You don't have to put on a second coat of mascara if you normally do, because the false lashes will add that extra oomph that the other coats of mascara typically give you. I'm going to wait just a second just to make sure my mascara is dry before I begin, because I don't want to smudge the mascara anywhere and create any marks that I'll have to clean up later. While we wait for the mascara to dry on my eyes, I'm going to explain to you a little bit about the glue that you use when you apply false eyelashes. You do have to use a special glue when you apply false eyelashes. I prefer to use the Duo Brush-On Lash Adhesive. You can find this at drugstores, at Ulta, at Walmart. It's a very popular drugstore lash adhesive brand, and I find that it works really well for me. Some people don't like it as much. It just, once again, is a matter of preference to find the glue that you like the best, but I think that this is great for beginners. If you can, try to get a glue that has a brush-on applicator like this one. This is the green one. The original one, I think it's blue, this is the blue packaging, has only a squeeze tube, and it just comes out of the squeezy tube, and it's really, really, really hard to apply glue to lashes using that method. It's definitely worth an extra $1 to have an applicator that you can brush on so you don't use too much glue, which can make it very messy. If you use individual lashes instead of a strip lash band, there is a separate individual lash glue on the market. This is stronger and will hold your lashes a lot longer than a strip lash adhesive would. I've used this before for individual lashes and they will stay on my eyes for 3, 4, 5 days. I don't recommend doing this for everyday use of strip lashes, because it will hurt your natural lashes and it does not wash out nearly as easily. This is an option if you do wear a lot of individual lashes and you want them to stay on for a couple days at a time. I would not leave them on for longer than a couple days for sure. There are a few different kind of tools that you can use to apply false lashes. One of them is a false lash applicator. This is the one that comes in the 5-pack package that I have linked down below in the description box that I'm using with these Ardell Demi Wispies. It's a pretty flimsy plastic applicator, but it does have a curved tip that will work really well to hold the lashes in place and place them up against your eye. I've also gotten a metal lash applicator off of Amazon for just a few dollars. I'll try to find this one or a similar one and link it down below as well. I like this one a lot more than the plastic one just because it's a little bit more sturdy and is longer. I don't know if that really makes a difference, it's just my preference, but honestly I don't really use a lash tool that's specifically for applying lashes when I do put on lashes. I typically grab just like a small pair of tweezers and use them. These are really like no brand, just random cheap tweezers that work great, and it really doesn't matter what kind of tweezers or lash applicator you use to apply them. You can even use your fingers to apply lashes. Some people are really good at that. I'm personally not. I find that I can't see what I'm doing. My fingers just get in the way. Whatever it is, you just want to make sure that your tools are sanitized. I like to use 70% isopropyl alcohol to sanitize all of my makeup and my tools. I have an entire sanitization series on my blog, and I'm definitely willing to do videos in the future about sanitizing makeup if you would be interested in that. I keep a spray bottle of isopropyl alcohol to sanitize makeup and tools at my vanity at all times. So I just like to spray this a couple times before I use it to make sure it's sanitized before I put it near my eye. Okay, I think we're finally ready to start applying lash and really just step by step teach you how I do that. I'm going to grab a pair of my tweezers and one of my lashes. I like to grab the lash in the center of the lash band, right up against the lash band, but still holding on to only the lashes and not the band itself, because I will be applying glue to the lash band and I don't want that glue to get on my tweezers or the lashes. I will take my Duo glue, make sure I don't have a lot of excess on the brush because I just want a bit for the band. I like to put a small amount of glue on first and add more later if I need to. I don't like to use a lot of glue at once because it can get messy and slip around a lot if you have too much on there, because it will take a lot longer to dry. So I just take whatever is on this brush and I will start applying it right to this lash band. I start in the middle and go back and forth on it a little bit, and then do both the inner and the outer edge. Just applying that to the clear lash band. The thing I love the most about this Duo glue is that when it is wet, I doubt you'll be able to see this, but when it is wet, it does have a slight bluey, purpley tint to it. And this just shows you that this glue is wet and it is not dry. When it is dry, it will dry clear, which is awesome when I have looks like this where I don't have eyeliner and I just don't want a line right there. But this does look blue right now, so I know that it's wet. The best tip I can give you for applying lashes is to not stick it on your eye as soon as you apply the glue. I know this sounds weird and you think that I'm just like wasting time right now, my glue's gonna dry while I'm talking, but really I usually wait at least 20 seconds before I pop it on my eye, because then the glue is somewhat dry, it's getting tacky, and it won't be as slippery on my eye. Where I place it is where it will stay, and that'll make applying the lashes a lot easier. So now that my glue is tacky, I'm going to position my mirror where I'm looking down into it, because I like to hold my lash with my tweezers and hover it just above my natural lashes. I will line it up exactly how I want it to look, and then I will slowly press it down onto my natural lashes right in the center, and just like let it sit there for a second. While it's sitting there, I will make sure that it is pretty close up against my natural lash line in my eyelid. After the center is set, the outsides need to be put down and put into place. So I'm going to take the outer corner first with my tweezers, hold this up against my eye for just a second to attach it to the outer corner. And the same thing with the inner corner. I find that my inner corner popped off easiest throughout the night as my eyes water and my tear ducts are in the inner corner of my eye. So I like to hold this one a little bit longer to make sure that it is set in place. After my lashes have been set in both the middle and the outer two sides, I like to take my finger and press up against it all over the band just to make sure that they are attached all the way around. I'm going to zoom through and do the other eye again without explaining it, just so you can watch and see what I'm doing. Now that both of my lashes are applied, I'm going to make sure the glue is dry for just a couple minutes before I do anything else That way I can make sure that it's fully set and I don't mess it up. Now that the glue has been drying for a couple minutes, I'm going to show you a couple extra tips to make sure that your lashes look the best that they can. The first trick is to tightline your upper waterline. Tightlining involves taking a pencil eyeliner like this black one here and putting it along the waterline on the top of your lashes. Now, this can be a little hard to do, especially when you're just beginning, because it's very easy to poke yourself in the eye. So definitely take your time if you try this. Applying a black eyeliner to your upper waterline will just make your natural lashes and the false lashes blend in together a lot easier at that lash base, because all of the darkness and depth there minimizes the gaps that is left, and it will just look like a solid dark lash band instead of having a separation between your natural lashes and the false lashes. My favorite eyeliner for tightlining is this Essence Long Lasting Eye Pencil. It's super inexpensive. I get mine at Ulta. I will have it linked down below. So once again, I like to take a mirror and look down into it while I do this process. I will run this on my upper waterline, pushing my lashes up as I do it. The false lashes will make sure you don't push up too far and get any on your eyeshadow, which is why I like to do this after I apply the false lashes. Another tip is to keep eyelash glue with you throughout the rest of the day or the evening, because sometimes your lash band will pop off a little bit. As I applied that eyeliner, it came off in the inner corner of my eye just a little bit. So I'm gonna show you how to fix that while we're here and while we're doing this. So this is another reason I love this brush on glue, because it's super easy to touch up with it. So if you take your glue, you can look at where that lash has popped off just a little bit in the corner, and I can take this brush and brush a little bit of glue right on the end of that lash band. I don't need any other applicators because that glue just is perfect for this, so it's super easy. Next, I'm going to take my tweezers. I recommend taking a pair with you with your glue to make this easier. I'm going to grab my tweezers and press it up against my lashes. And bam, you fix your lash band that has popped off. Another tip to make sure your lashes and your false lashes blend together seamlessly is to add a little bit more mascara at the end. You don't have to do this. I don't always like to do this, but if your false lashes are extra shiny and plasticky looking, adding another coat of mascara to them and your natural lashes can make them look like natural lashes that are just coated in mascara. I don't really like to do this, so I'm not going to do this, but you can. It is an option. I wouldn't suggest doing too much mascara because it can look clumpy, and definitely wash your false lashes afterwards if you put more mascara on them, because they will get dirty a lot quicker. My other favorite tip to make sure that your false lashes and your lashes work seamlessly together is to grab that eyelash curler you used earlier and curl your false lashes and your natural lashes together so they have the exact same curve to them. I didn't start doing this when I first started wearing lashes, and I really wish that I had figured this out sooner because it really makes it look so much better. Don't curl them too much and press too hard if your false lashes are plastic, because the plastic will just bend and it will retain that shape, where your natural lashes will not bend as harshly, so it will look kind of funny and have like a right angle if you press too hard. But pressing a couple times at a few different lengths to really just mesh those together will create a nice open-eyed effect where you can see your lashes are more curled and your natural lashes curl at the exact same curve. I'm gonna add eyeliner and curl my lashes on my other eye, and then we'll go over the last few tips. My last tip for applying false lashes is to use a liquid eyeliner on top of your top lashes. This will just help hide the lash band and hide any mistakes that you make along the way, because there's a very dark band that is already there. I don't always like to wear eyeliner, so I'm not doing that today, but if I have a lot thicker of a lash band that I'm using, I definitely will, because it does sometimes look funny if you don't. I really hope that this demonstration was helpful for you and that it gave you some tips so you can apply false lashes much more easily next time. If you have any other tips that you like to use when you apply false lashes, be sure to leave them in a comment below. If you found this helpful, please like this video and consider subscribing to my channel. I think that's all from me this time. I had a blast and I hope to see you again. Thanks for watching. Bye. The lashes on the mat. There are two main types of false. My cat's getting into things. Got glue everywhere. I can't talk while I do this. Oh, this is. Ooh.